Ubiest of the tubiest. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. So how am I running 580 plus miles a day? All right, guys and gals. It is now 9:30 a.m. Local time here, and Central Time. That's where I'm in, Central Time Zone, and I slept in the Central Time Zone. That makes a difference, okay? Okay, because yesterday when I started driving, I was not. I actually gained an hour because I was coming from Eastern. Excuse me. And when you're doing your trip planning and all that good jazz, it actually matters when you're changing time zone. It's good when you're going from east to west, but if you're going from west to east, your ass better know what you're doing, because you can be late. Okay, but this morning I started. Well, first let me tell you this: the last two loads that I had were late.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Excuse me. Okay. All right.
You have 1 hour and 41 minutes of remaining drive time.
Shut up, goddammit. Okay. The last couple loads that they gave me were late loads. They know who run and who don't. They'll find a driver in the area of that late load, and then they'll determine who's their best option to get loads that are late on time. Okay, and I've been lucky enough to get two of them in a row. So I pick up a load. It had 171 miles deadhead. No, 121 miles empty. So I had to leave the final that I was on, and then drive 121 miles to get to the load. In the load assignment, it say you're late. We know it's gonna be late, so send us a macro 22 and let us know what time you're gonna get there. So I picked the load up, and now keep in mind, I was at a customer at a final, so I had already been driving. Okay, I drove 121 miles, picked up the load, then drove like another 300 and some odd miles to forward that load. So I ended up with like 583 miles or something that I showed you. And that's the load that just dropped off. So then this morning, when I parked yesterday, and I made that video for y'all yesterday, I already started my 10. I started it at 10 hours and 1 minute. I started my pre-trip to get this load to the customer, and I was 200 and oh crap, I forgot, 270 something. I showed y'all yesterday. I have to look on the other video, but anyways, she just told you the Qualcomm just told you, you get 8 hours when you wake up. Right now I got 1 hour and 38 minutes. In the rain, whatever it take, I don't let, petty stuff stop me. And it wasn't dangerous rain. It was raining, so I couldn't drive as fast as I wanted to, but I kept the load moving towards the destination. And got it there on time. The load was late when they gave it to me, so was the previous one. And luckily it wasn't a live unload, it was actually a drop, so I was able to just drop it and get another trailer. So the pressure was off at that point. So how does that happen? How is it that Swift can give me a load that was late when they gave it to me, and I get it there on time? And it's when they say it's late, that means the calculated time that it would take to get that load to its destination with the average driver would make it late. That means late. But in fact, when they gave me the load, it had already been a day ready. The pickup window was already like a day old. Okay. The bottom line is, I'm not late ever. I got 100% on delivery. I've never been late because I'm not lazy. You got to get up out the bunk and you got to run. And you run. And you run and you run and you run and you run and you run. And if you do that, I'll some days, depending on how much time I got in the run, sometimes they give you way too much time, really. But if I got a lot of time in the run, then I'll take it easy. But if it's just a normal deal, 2 days be there, man, I'm pushing hard. My goal is to be within a 10-hour break from the door of that shipper. Which, what I'm saying is, my goal is to run. If it's a 2-day gig and it's at noon on that second day, then by midnight I want to be damn near parked outside their door. That way, when my 10 is over, I can have a less than an hour, okay, drive time to the drop or live unload. And soon as I'm done with that final, I can get right on the next load. Now look how much time I have remaining on my clock. You see? But let's say this happens. You say, well, I got 2 days to get there. It's at noon, so I'm gonna drive, half a day today, and then wake up the next day, and then I'm gonna drive over there. I'll get there with 2 hours on my clock, so I'll be able to drop it off and go find a truck stop, park for the day, because you would have run out of hours, right? So then they're gonna send you a next load. That next load, you can't even pick some bitch up. So you mean you go to sleep that night? You're gonna go to sleep empty. So you're gonna start your next load with no money. You're starting the next day with no money. Why you do that? Why would you do that? You need to plan to go to sleep that night under your next load, man. You don't ever want to sleep empty, and if you can avoid it, because that means there's either no way to fix it, or you just did not plan your run to where you can continue to run. Now, is it going to be always possible? No, because you can't always control when the loads are ready and when the drop-offs. You know, I've had that issue. You know, I'll be sitting out in front of them and it don't drop for 12 hours. You know, so it just, in that instance, there ain't nothing you can do. But the deal is, you have to run. You have to run hard. You have to run consistently. So so I say I got a lot of time in the run, and no matter how, it doesn't make any difference if I run it hard or not, I'm still gonna have, you know, a big huge window at the end. Okay, well then I'll drive typically, depending on how long it is, but I'll typically drive like maybe 2 hours. Then I'll pull over to a rest area, not into a truck stop, but a rest area. Cause you pull in the truck stop, it's 30 minutes. I ain't pulled in the truck stop and got out of there in less than 30 minutes. But if I pull into a rest area, you know, take your little 15-minute break, you know, walk around a little bit, get the blood circulating, and that's important because trust me, your ankles and your feet, they'll swell up. This is real. Your ankles and your feet, they swell up because you're not walking. You sit in the truck all day. So, you know, it'll take 15 minutes. You gotta kind of walk around a little bit, get the blood flowing so that you don't end up with that problem. Sometimes I sleep with my feet, you know, up on a couple pillows or something because my legs and my feet get swollen. Okay, this is true. So, but anyway, you get out and you walk around 15 minutes. You look fresh air, you know, TT, boo boo, whatever you gotta do. 15 minutes though, get back in your truck and run. The clock is going to, when you're going to park, you can go off duty for that 15 minutes. Then you're going to start walking around, you know, take care of business, get back in your truck. The clock can go back because unless you stay there for 30 minutes, then you ain't really saved anything, okay? You'll get that part of it down when it's your turn to get out here and start running. But then I start running again. Another 2 hours. And every 2 hours is going to equate to about 100 miles, okay? So now like 200 miles in, I'll take a 30. Then after the 30, I'll get back in, drive for another 2 hours, take a 15. We had 300 miles now. And then at that point, wherever I'm going to spend the night is where my next stop is going to be. So I might run about 400 miles that day. You see how easy that was? I stopped 3 times. But, and I spent 2 hours doing that because, I'm sorry, I spent an hour doing that. 2 15s and a 30. So I'm, you know, I do that 2 days, I drove 800 miles. Let's just say that was the distance. Okay, here's what I typically do. For them, I run about 560, 570. Wake up the next morning with 200 miles, a little bit over 200 miles of run. I'm gonna run that 200 non-stop. I'm not stopping until I get to right outside the customer's door. Then I'm gonna park. Now look how much time I got left between the time that I park and my delivery. And that's why I can get a fresh 10. So I can get fresh hours to run after I drop off to the customer. You know, I'm hitting there going, give me my goddamn next load. While I'm on the customer property, give me my load. So they send me the load, I leave from that customer and go straight to the next customer. And then forward that customer's load, the next load. I might forward it 300 miles. You know, what if it's a 400-mile run and that's is good for 2 days? You're killing it. You see? So you can even get so far ahead, which I have, where I have to call and tell them, look, I got to drop this somewhere. I'm on top of the customer right now. And, you know, it's 2 more days still on this run. And, you know, they have me go drop it at a drop yard and then have a T-call, somebody come pick it up. So that's how I plan my runs. You know, based off of if it's going to be a long run, then I break it up, say, because I got plenty of time, or I just run them hard and then, you know, put it on pause mode for the next run. But at the end of the day, the deal is you just can't be lazy, man. You just cannot be lazy. If you're not self-motivated, if you can't get up off your own ass and get your shit done, you're not gonna make it out here. That's just the bottom line. You're not gonna make it. I mean, they're gonna let you move freight, but you're gonna make pennies. You know, I mean, until they feel like you're not even paying for the truck, you gotta go. You just have to get it in your mind that when you get ready to come out here, man, we run, and then we take 10 hours off, and then we start running again, we take 10 hours off, and start running again, take 10 hours off. That don't mean you take 10 hours, you take 10 hours off, run for 5 hours, then take another 10. Shit, nah, bro. You're gonna work for 11 before you take another 10. Or else don't come out here, because you ain't gonna make it. If your goal is to do something, or don't do OTR. You can come drive trucks, be a local driver. You know, you might be on a dedicated or something like that. That's different. But if you're talking about being an OTR driver, you know, getting to see all the country, you can't be lazy. Okay, now, next phase. Don't give me no shit. I know this video long. Don't give me no shit. Look, I'm teaching you stuff. Hell, paciencia, goddammit. Okay, that right there, that's what I drove this morning. You see at the top, it started at 8. Where's my finger? That started at 8, and that's only an hour and 20 minutes left on that because I ran all of those. Let's take a look at the summary. Okay, the first line is your 8 hours that you can run before you have to take that rest break. Okay, the next hour, the next line, it says 11 hours. That's how many hours that you can drive in a day. 14 means you can be on duty 14 hours a day. When the 14 is out, you have to quit working, and driving is work, so you're done. Okay? So you have 14 hours to drive 11. Okay? That's not hard. That's not hard. You can make that happen. I'm going to see if I can get you some other information here. Oh, this is like a electronic log book. Okay, so you don't have to keep the log books. You keep a log book and this too. That's called, you're doing double logging, and the popo will slap you on the wrist kind of hard though. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to this one. 8 day. Okay, you see? That means now on the 27th is when it says 0 hours, because that's when I got my truck back out of the shop, okay? So the day I got it out of the shop, on the 28th, I ran damn near 500 miles. The next day, 583. Then the next day, 558 yesterday. And then today so far, 283. And I'm about to run another 100 to take the truck to Decatur, Georgia, to get the services done on it. So today I'm gonna run right at 400 miles again. And you see, it show you, see driving, show you how many miles you drive. I mean, how many hours I was driving each day. See, you can pause the video if you want. And then next to it, it shows how much time I was actually on duty. So if you have any questions about that, you can just put it down in the comment section, and I'll get back with you on it. Okay. And then approve your logs. They want you to approve the logs and say that they all legit, that you agree with what, that the logs is right. And so, all right. So, I just wanted y'all to see that, so you can kind of get an idea of, shit, I'm scooching down. There you go. Don't be trying to use my goddamn fingerprints. I don't see my fingerprints too close. I might take a picture of it and try to map them out or something. Bottom line is, I wanted you to kind of to see how the clocks work, a little bit, and how much I run. So when somebody tell you that you don't want to go work for Swift because they not gonna give you no miles, they gonna you can't run over there, and they don't pay enough, and they reckon out, and that's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all a bunch of everybody. It's like it's like the fat kid in elementary school. They're easy to pick on, so you pick on him, and then he get picked on by even more people, and everybody jump on the goddamn bandwagon all the way through school. He picked on, until high school, and then big boy start playing football, and now everybody's starting to feel him a little bit. Then he become the star athlete because he's a big boy. Then everybody on him, the girls trying to date him. Then it's National Signing Day, he go on the college ball. Now they really chasing him. Then he go pro, and everybody want to, dangle the normals. And look, Swift is just a target because they big. But that's all a bunch of bullshit. Just like the fat kid. And the fat kid was still a football player, man. He's still a good dude. But everybody want to pick on him. Swift is a good dude. Everybody just like to pick on him. Motherfucker won a Super Bowl. Super Bowl of trucking. Swift Transportation. Bigger than them. Tell me who. Shit. Come on. Every goddamn year they win the goddamn trucking Super Bowl. Everybody pissed off at her. Then I get miles. You saw them. Anybody say that don't happen, you just saw the picture of it. But that thing back there, that's for sleeping. It's not for making money. You can't put your ass up in there. Where I'm parked at right now, I could have went to a Pilot, a Flying J or something. I'm at this goddamn, it's like it's just a gas station, but I saw a few. They got maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 spots or so to park trucks. Let's park here, take my 30. I ain't tripping on no damn truck stop. Why? Why I need to go in there? I don't want to go in there. I got all the food I need. I got everything I need. I got to go and take a shit piss, and that's it. That's it. They got nothing in them damn truck stops that interests me. So I don't need to be in there. You don't need to be in there. We are here to run. And if you run, guys, if you run, I promise you, you're going to make the money. And Swift Transportation got the freight. They got it, man. You want to be successful, you better make up your mind that's what you want to do. Make up your mind that's who you want to be. You want to be somebody successful. You know, the guy, I'm going to let this be the last, I can cut this video off. I know it's probably about 40 minutes now. Somebody commented on one of my videos with Paycheck, right? And I was talking before that Paycheck, some very useful, very valuable information that I think it was valuable. And so
a new message has arrived.
His comment was a timestamp. Basically, if you want to know what the paycheck is, just go to this number. Okay. So I said, hey man, we don't roll like that. This channel is about information. He said, well, no, I didn't mean it that way. I was just, for us busy adults, we got to, get to it. And I understand that. So if he ever watches this video, I'm not beating up on him. But you the ubiest, bro. You the ubiest of the tubiest. You the best out there. So we don't busy. We don't busy. You know why you busy? You busy because you scrub past the useful information, okay, to get to the pot of gold. Let's say I give you instructions. Say, hey, look, here's a map to the pot of gold, and you take off running, and you don't hear me tell you what to do to get there. So you get to the pot of gold. When you get to the pot of gold, there's a lock on it. So you get a hacksaw and a hammer, and you start working at that lock, trying to cut that lock off, beat that lock off, so you get to the goal. You busy. Meanwhile, the other ubiest, they stayed listening to what I told them, and on the way, they stopped and picked up the fucking key. So they got to the goddamn goal, unlocked it. Are they busy? Hell no. You busy because you don't get the goddamn information. That's why you busy, because you scrub past the information that you needed. So now you're going to go there, you open the pot of gold. Oh, there's a check. I see what he's making. I see what you can make. But you ain't see what it took to get there. You didn't see what all the stuff that it takes to make that happen. So now you're going to get aboard. You're going to start running. You're going to try to look for that pot of gold. You ain't going to get there, because you didn't get the goddamn information. Now, again, I'm not beating up on you, but I'm going to talk to you in a way that I want to get it inside your cranium. You busy, that means you losing. I'm not saying don't do anything. You have to work, you have to do stuff. But busy means your damn ass is unorganized and you're not following directions. You didn't fucking find a key because you tried to run to the goddamn pot of gold. Anyway, I've been talking too long. So here we go. Yeah, time to go film, get something to eat. Boop. Hey everybody, 50 Plus here. What do I do when my recruiter won't return my calls? They're lying to me. They don't have answers to the questions I'm asking. Problem is, once I get those questions, it's already too late. Industry standard. Once a recruiter has got you, they got you. You belong to them. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you my recruiter's information. Her name is Autumn, and if you're thinking about joining Swift, that's who I want you to contact. You give her a call. She's going to send you through the process. Eventually, you're going to wind up on a mentor's truck. When you get in that truck, you're going to be in that truck for 200 hours. For 200 hours, I want your phone in the bunk. If you're willing to do that, I'm going to send you a Blue Pirate headset. You need to let Autumn know 50 Plus sent you.